Okay, so this vlog is a continuation from yesterday's vlog where I talked all about depression and anxiety. So if you missed that, you can go back and watch that first, because this vlog is all about my top tips on dealing with anxiety. So as I have said, I am still a work in progress and I am constantly researching and learning anything and everything I can about depression and anxiety, but there are a good few things that I have found that help. So I wanted to share those things with you. Okay, so number one, go fragrance free. So what does that mean? Well, the chemicals that are in fragrances these days, and I mean now your high-end fancy perfumes that cost an awful lot of money, right down to all of your cheap scented candles or cheap air fresheners and stuff like that, the chemicals that they put in to make the fragrances last longer massively affect our nervous system. And if you were to think about spraying perfume onto yourself or being in the environment of an air freshener, or even those little ones that dangle on the mirror of your car, and body lotions, spray deodorants and stuff like that, we do bombard ourselves with an awful lot of smells and fragrances. And if you read up about chemical fragrances, you'll see what I mean. I won't go into it in depth here, but all I know is that ridding your life of chemical fragrances is incredible. It's absolutely amazing, because all those chemical fragrances affect our nervous system, and that's where all our anxiety and everything is affecting our nervous system. You know, when you say, oh Jesus, my nerves are gone. Well, if you get rid of all of those chemical fragrances, it definitely helps with the anxiety and makes you an awful lot less susceptible to panic attacks and stuff. So read up more about it. Now, when I talk about chemical fragrances, what do I mean? I mean perfumes, aftershaves, air fresheners, all the ones that dangle on the wing mirror of your car to the ones that you plug in, scented candles, really cheap incense, what else? Shower gels, body lotions. There's just fragrances in everything these days. So if we want to live a fragrance-free life, what do we choose instead? So roll on unscented deodorant, and roll on so that you're not actually spraying it and breathing in the deodorant. And then if you wash your clothes with Fairy Non-Bio, and use Comfort Pure as the fabric softener, it means that all of those chemical fragrances in the washing powders and everything won't be wafting up into your senses all day, every day. When it comes to scented candles, sadly it's the expensive ones, and the reason why they're expensive is because they're made with pure essential oils. They're the good ones to burn, but you're talking like in around the price mark of about €20 for a scented candle. The cheapy ones are made with cheap chemical fragrances, and that's why they are so toxic fragrance wise. If you want to burn incense, there's a really one called Tisserand, which again, it's about €20 a box, but it's pure resin, and that's why it is pure and safe to burn in your house. So that can give you a nice environment for if you like things to be nice and smelling lovely in your environment. Your clothes are going to smell nice. You're not going to be sweaty because you got your roll-on deodorant that's unscented. There's loads of fragrance-free products on the market now when it comes to moisturizers, body moisturizers. And then what about perfume? Well, you can make your own. Simply just get a carrier oil like sweet almond oil or any of those, and put some essential oil drops into it and mix up a little blend. Tisserand actually do lots of ones that are already made up, and it's like a little roller ball ones, and you can roll them onto your pulse points if you absolutely have to have a smell in your life. But even the expensive perfumes, all those chemicals that they add in to make the fragrance last longer, massively affects your nervous system, and yeah, just can really aggravate your anxiety.
This vlog series is brought to you with thanks to Havana Skin Clinic, trusted experts in skin excellence. Check out their latest offers on laser hair removal and all their body and skin treatments by visiting their website, havanaskinclinic.com.
Tip number 2 is to get outside and get into nature. Scientifically proven that being in forests and being around trees will help reduce your stress levels. I'm a big fan of tree hugging. Again, people go, she's bonkers, but no, it's scientifically proven that hugging trees is really, really good for reducing your stress and anxiety levels. So get outside and walk in nature to get yourself grounded into the earth again, and that will make you feel great. Music is a huge healer. I will leave some links in the comments below to some really soothing music that you can listen to help with your anxiety. Energy healing. I am a big fan of energy healing because I believe that we are so much more than just a physical body, and that there is an energetic auric field that surrounds us, and there are also like our chakras and energy points all over our body that we can tap into to help things to flow, and when there's blockages and things like that, we can help to move them through. I liken it to, if I was a phone, it's like going for like a Reiki healing treatment with a really good practitioner is like being a phone, getting yourself charged and plugged in, and software update. That's what it's like. It's incredible. And alongside meditation and breathing techniques, really, really good for helping with anxiety. When it comes to reading material, my number one book is this, Mindfulness for the Frazzled by Ruby Wax. Oh God, she is just brilliant. So she looks at the very serious subject of mental health, all through the eyes of comedy, and she has suffered greatly herself, and when she wanted to learn more about it, she went back to college, went to Oxford and got herself a master's, and has written this book, Mindfulness Guide for the Frazzled. And it's just, what did Stephen Fry say in front? Ruby Wax has an extraordinary mind, and she has brought it to bear with trademark wit and searing honesty. It's a fantastic book. It's really, really good. Helps you identify with everything that's going on in your head, and gives you a mindfulness program for kind of like CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, talking about how to change our thought patterns. But it's just a really inspiring, great read. And my last top tip, again scientifically proven when it comes to anxiety, is exercise. When we move our bodies and get exercise, it gets our heart and our blood pumping, and it releases endorphins, which are the happy chemicals that come from our brain. And if you suffer from depression and anxiety, then you really need these happy chemicals to help rebalance what's going on in our bodies and minds. So get out there and move, even though it is the last thing that you want to do sometimes. Having regular exercise is proven over and over and over again to help us coping with depression and anxiety. So move that body and get sweaty. And nobody ever walked out of the gym and said, you know what, I really regret that workout, I feel terrible after it. It doesn't happen. It only makes you feel better. So get that body pumping. So there are my top tips on dealing with all things anxiety and depression. If anybody else has any other good things that they have learned, please comment below so that we can share this in a community that can help each other, and for us all to let each other know that it's okay not to feel okay, and that mental health, we need to let go of all that stigma that's attached to it, and we need to start talking openly and honestly about it, because it's affecting 1 in 4 of us. That's a huge amount. So the more of us that come forward and talk about it and say, you know what, I had a problem and I've dealt with it, or I have a problem and I'm going through it, and this is what I've learned, or this is what I'm learning, the better. So please share this video so that more people can hopefully be touched by this, can understand it more, and can let all of us know that it really is okay not to feel okay. Thanks for watching today's vlog. I'll see you back here again tomorrow at 6.